The process of making ceramics provides mental health relief to Navy veteran Kris Bertrand. She's dealt with bouts of depression throughout her life and was sexually assaulted while in the military 25 years ago.
This gets me through the day. This helps me feel better. This helps me not having to dwell and have to have, triggers. This doesn't trigger emotions.
The director of Heron School of Art and Design's Art Therapy Program, Juliet King, says that's because art is intrinsically therapeutic.
Engaging in the creative process is something that typically is going to be a life-enhancing experience for you. It gets your blood moving, it gets your brain working in different ways. It helps you relax, it helps you get distance from what it is that you might be living with in your life at the time.
Kris Bertrand joined the Navy right out of high school.
I had abusive parents, and I just was to the point where I couldn't take it anymore.
After boot camp in Orlando, Florida, Bertrand was assigned to the 32nd Street Naval Station in San Diego, where she served for 4 years. Bertrand says back in those days, her commanding officers verbally harassed the female sailors. She was also sexually assaulted by men she dated while stationed there.
If you try to report it, it's you got yourself into it. You put yourself in that situation, it's your fault. You deal with it. You had to keep quiet. And unfortunately, these things don't happen just one time. It can happen multiple times. Unfortunately for me, it was also multiple times.
20-plus years after Bertrand's tour ended, the prevalence of military sexual assault remains a torment for both men and women in today's military. For Bertrand, life after the Navy didn't get much better. She briefly moved back home, but ended up in military homeless programs and was hospitalized for depression. Nearly a decade after she was discharged came a phone call and a turning point.
I had a really good friend, her and her husband had just moved back to Indiana, and they're like, well, why don't you come out here? We'll help you find an apartment, see if your job will transfer you, we'll help you, move. So we did, and I guess, again, it was another escape, but this time it was a better escape.
In Indiana, Bertrand landed jobs with state agencies, first with the Department of Workforce Development helping disabled veterans, and then with the Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs. In 2008, she received the Hoosier State's highest honor for women, the Indiana Torchbearer Award. It recognized her efforts as an advocate for Indiana's women veterans. When she lost her job in 2010, Bertrand went into a tailspin, one that only started to slow when she discovered art and ceramics.
The one thing I've noticed, right after that class, I noticed myself, I was more relaxed, calm. I didn't feel stressed out at all. I found myself looking forward to every Thursday, because it's like, I got class, and every Thursday I was really finding myself getting really excited. You can't think. I mean, I can hold a conversation with you while I'm on the wheel, but I'm not thinking about, it doesn't dwell up negative imagery. And I also find it therapeutic to throw a piece of clay, just to literally throw it. So we do the art. The ceramics has been very therapeutic. It's been very helpful. It gives me something to look forward to the next day.
For other profiles and resources for veterans, visit WFYI.veteranscominghome.org.